think as a leader. Get it crystal clear, develop your plan, detailed plan as a leader, act right, take focus, track and measure your action. Think TPAM, that is think, plan, act, and measure as a leader. Without measuring, you cannot be the best leader. Separate yourself from the crowd. When you join, that doesn't mean you should not mingle with people, but you must be able to define yourself within the crowd and be a very good leader. The leadership challenge: envision the future, searching for opportunity. That's what leaders do. They envision the future, they search for opportunity. You must be part of it. Now, let's look at the building leaders by design from 19th century, 1920, 1950, 1990s to the 2000s. Look at it. Leadership was by providence. Well, it's by providence. You are designed, born. There is some place they say they are born to be leaders. That is in the 19th century. From 1920, leadership become position. When you occupy position, you're a leader. No. In 1950, leadership is about power. The power you are able to wield. Then they say, okay, he's a leader because he has power. No. Then in 1990, it's a process. You have to pass through a process of training, mentoring. Now in 2000, leadership become pattern. Those are the 5 P's of leadership. Can you chart me to see whether you are following me on the 5 P's of leadership? Providence in the 19th century, position 1920s, power 1950, process 1990, 2000 pattern. So a leadership has pattern, as they say in scripture, according to pattern. So you have that. The making of a leader, learning to wait, taking inventory, and planning. This is what leaders do nowadays. So that's the pattern. So you have to be made. Leaders are made, they are not born. It's not we're not in the 19th century. So take note of that. Then strategy of a leader. A leader must have strategy to achieve. Transition to leadership. Learning to lead, watching others lead, leaders read, leaders write, and then as you can see, what's the last one? If you are there with me, tell me on the chat board, let me know whether you are following. Okay? Then what leaders know? Leaders know thyself. That's the first thing about a leader. You know thyself. Number 2, leaders know the environment. What leaders are expected to know? Leader, know your onions. Know your onions. Your onions, how does this test? Know your onions. Leader, know your boundary. Very important as a leader. Leader, know your boss. Leader, know your followers. Leader, what's the next? Who can tell me the next one? Let me see whether you're following me. Thank you very much. Fatima, I see a few minutes, Fatima. Leader, know other leaders. Very, very important. These are the things leaders should know. You must know it. What leaders do? Leaders as change agent. Leaders, inventiveness in leadership. You invent. Leaders innovate. Leaders, character models. Leader helping others, leaders to grow. Envisionment, inspiration. This is what leaders do. So if you want to be a leader, those are the things you are expected to do. So take note of them, and I want to see the leaders are thinkers. You, the leader, model, I do it. That is what, if I'm the leader, I will do it. Then mentor, if I become a mentor, I do it, you watch me. Then number 3, monitor, you do it, I watch you. Then motivator, you do it yourself. Without me being there, I've motivated you. Multiplier, you begin to also bring some other leaders. So you, the leader, what do you do? Model, monitor, mentor, monitor, motivator, multiplier, and so on. These are the 5 M of leadership. And I want to see, chat me on the box, whether you're following me, whether you know the 5 M of leadership. What are they? Model, mentor, monitor, motivator, multiplier. That is the 5 M of leadership. You need to develop other people leader. What are we talking about? What type of leader are you? We have responsible leader. Number 2, growing leader. Number 3, exemplary leader. Number 4, inspiring leader. Number 5, the efficient leader. Number 5, what is number 5? What are you following? Please be chatting, multitasking. You are chatting, you are talking, you are telling me what you are seeing, what you are hearing, and all that I want to see. In 2 minutes, I should be rounding up, then I'll take some questions. Then what type of leader are you? The communicating leader, the goal-oriented leader, the decisive leader, the competent leader, and then the unified leader. There are so many of them. Tell me the last one. What are you seeing? What are you hearing? What I know? Tell me the kind of leader. Can you chat me on the chat box? What type of leader you want to be? Let me see whether you're following me well. Let me see what others are saying. Sir, please, it looks like you are too fast, sir. Oh, no, when you are a leader, you have to be fast because if you're in the slow lane, people will follow. But thank you very much. I asked Fatima, she don't tell me, efficient leader, correct. Unified leader, correct. Motivator, that's good. And some people are doing, they say I'm too fast. Well, when you are a leader, you are fast in order, because it's Fatima that gave me short time. She said 20 minutes, 20 minutes is gone. So if I'm not fast, Fatima will stop me. So don't blame me, blame Fatima. Fatima is at fault. So please sue her, take her to court that she gave us little time for this important subject matter that's supposed to take 2 or 3 hours. Fatima says 20 minutes. So what do? I have to obey. That's why I'm trying. Somebody say, ha, 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 ha. Why you say, tell me the reason, so that I will know that you are there. That's good. Somebody is laughing that I'm too fast. Why wouldn't that be too fast? You are fast to hit the jackpot, okay? As a leader, you have to be fast so that you can hit the jackpot, you get the money quickly, so that Fatima will pay me quickly. I'll go. Fatima, thank you very much. You are a very good woman, but the time you gave me, Fatima, the time was too short, Fatima. So what will I do? It's because of Fatima. So Fatima, if they sue you, you should not blame me, Fatima. Okay, so that's it. We are on now. Goal-oriented leader, we have that. Now look at begin your own leadership zone. Okay, what's your leadership? Your boss, your peers by the left, and then your subordinate under. That's your leadership zone. You begin to organize it. Where do you operate? Sometimes, let me tell you, people at the top, they don't see up again, they see down. So when you are operating at the middle, you have influence, left, right, up, down. So your leadership zone, very, very important. Know where you operate as a leader. Learning key leadership lessons. Number one, learn the components of leadership. Number two, learn from the lessons of others. Learn to blend the best of the past with the best of the new. Learn to pursue integrity and excellence. Learn to avoid subtle temptation. Learn to build. And, these are things, lessons in leadership. My time is up. It's 7:21 now, but I started a few minutes after. So please help me to beg Fatima to give me 2 minutes to round up. Learn the significance of decision. Learn to treat others with care. Learn from mentors and role models. Learn to pass the burden. Learn to value people. Learn to build to last. Learn to rethink traditional practices. Learn to vacate the comfort zone. Learn to value of listen. Learn about leadership dynamics. Learn to succeed. Learn to lead wisely. Learn to earn. These are all these, the tension, the frustration, the ego, the fulfillment, the vision. These are the challenge in leadership. Sometimes it comes with tension, it comes with frustration, it comes with ego, it comes with fulfillment, it comes with vision. So where do you want to belong? Leading from purpose. When you want to, this is a very book I recommend, Nick Craig. Leading from Purpose is a very great book. How the clarity and the confidence to act when it matters most as a leader. How can you lead from purpose? Without purpose, you are nowhere to be found. Very, very important. Time management. Time management is the ability to control how you use your time. It is the means of prioritizing your most important tasks as a leader. Very, very important. What is time management? These are some areas you need to get to have your time, manage your time wisely as a leader. Time is precious. Make sure you spend it wise as a leader. The inch in time sets an inch of gold. Very, very important as a leader. Eat that frog, said Brent Tracy. Eat that frog. It's a way that's to avoid procrastination. This book is very good. I recommend it. Look for it and read it. It's there even online. Eat that frog now, not later. Eat that frog now. Very, very important, not later. The 7 habits of highly effective people. Particularly the younger ones, I recommend you to read this book. Very unfortunate, the author was passed on some years back, but his legacy still lives on. I want you to do that. Now look at some book, Habit, Extra Productivity, Ninja Productivity, Getting Results. These are the books that leaders read. I recommend all these books for you to read them and to get. You can snap it as I'm talking, snap it, and make sure that we're all together. Your time and you in 7. Stop making excuses, stop complaining, stop worrying, do what matters, do what works, do what's right. So this is what you do as a leader. Your time management and planning start now. Worry less, achieve more, and love what you do. That's what leaders do, very important. Sleeping, working, watching, what do leaders do? Leisure time of leader. Make sure as a leader you have some leisure time to do something because it brings inspiration. It brings something good. Take time before time takes you. Very important as a leader. Imagine as a leader what you do. Now look at it, which is better, time with money or money without time? Which one do you prefer? Can you chat me on the box as I round up now? Be a timepreneur today. Keep to time, be business-like, and so on and so forth. This is what you do as be a timepreneur, as a leader. Thank you very much. I added another 2 minutes. Can you help me to thank Fatima for giving me extra 2 minutes? Fatima, thank you very much. So the question will take 30 minutes so that I can round up. Thank you, Fatima. My best wishes to all the listeners. Can you chat me? Let me see the chat. Fatima, are you there? I want to look at the chat. That is the Esther of Leader Time Manager. Fantastic. I can see what they are writing, Fatima. Very brilliant, very brilliant. I'm telling you, the participants are very great. I like what they are writing. In fact, they are even better than me. Some of them, they should bring them to become professor because their contribution is very great, Fatima. I want to say thank you.
Professor, everybody. After leaders, so become a professor is important.
Yes, I have about 600 people in attendance, 550 something. That is very good. I want to appreciate them. Thank you.
As Professor said, he said, time is precious. Make sure you spend it wise as a leader. So I would really love if he continue, but don't forget we have 3 more speakers. Professor said, thank you so much. Really appreciate
thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks
so
a lot.
Now the next 4 minutes we will take questions. If you have any questions for Professor said, please just make it and simple. Type it on the chat.
Very brief, very brief. If they have questions, when we are waiting for the chat, Fatima, one of them can, somebody is raising her, just one person. Okoya Hassan, can you speak? Can you unmute Okoya Hassan to speak? Then very brief, Okoya, 30 seconds, so that we can round up. Thank you very much. Okoya, you are not there. Where is Fatima? Fatima, let's speak. What are you eating? You are eating on duty, Oluwatoyin. Please.
I'm not eating, sir.
Okay, Oluwatoyin, I can see that you are doing something. Okay, that's good.
So we have a lot of, and I think they should just type their question on the chat.
I said type your question. We just want to take somebody to be speaking so that others will be typing. Can you go to the chat box, Fatima, and tell us? Thank you very much, Fatima.
But mine is not actually a question. Mine is an appeal. Somebody was busy writing on the wall, and it kept disrupting the presentation. May I please beg, do not write on the wall, please. Please.
Fantastic. Please. No, you are right. I saw it. I wanted to say, but I felt that maybe it's not disturbing. I don't know why somebody will write in the wall. This is a high caliber. You want to be a leader, and you are distorting leadership training. What does that mean? No, don't do that, please. Thank you very much, Madam. You've hit the nail on the head. We say thank you. Yes, where's Fatima? Fatima,
okay, thank you. Yes, sir. There's a question here from Olanlekan Latif. He said, what do I do as a leader if my fellows refuse to cooperate with me?
Of course, that's where strategy comes in. There is no leader in the world that everybody will cooperate with you. Sometimes you have 99% against you. Maybe your leadership style need to change. You need to extend strategy. And one thing, you must stoop to conquer. It's not every time you are violent, you stoop to conquer, you come down to deliver as in what's the problem. Please, we are together in this. What do I do wrong? You tell them. But there are some people, because they are arrogant. I don't want to use some leadership lesson in Nigeria because it is a sensitive matter. There are some people that refuse to stoop to conquer. There are times 99% are against you, you stoop. Let me tell you, humility, I've faced that before. You know, I was constructing a structure, and the community said I block water. They went and had a meeting without my knowledge. I just saw them coming. They were coming to beat me up. Can you imagine at my age? I am building, and it's a public building. It's not my house. I was building public. When they came, they said they are coming to beat me, they are block water. I just knelt down, I rose up my hand. I am telling you, between man and God, they started going back one after the other, stooping to conquer. I conquered them. Nothing happened to me. They were ashamed because they thought I was arrogant, I was pompous, that I'm boasting, that I have money. Can you imagine? You see, community people. But I refuse to crave it. And I know it's out of envy and all that. So sometimes some people envy you, they'll gang up against you. Humble yourself. Humility will destroy every proud person. There is nowhere any humility. Check even in the Bible and check all the good books you've read. You see the humility of a leader. When they see they're doing that, sometimes they are not chopping. You are not allowing them to chop. Sometimes some of them think you are chopping along. Some people want your position. They'll gang up against you. I have my friend, one of operational body. They gang up. They say he's chopping money. I have to come in. Then I have to tell him some things to do. He humble himself, and then he appeal to them. Eventually, they, succumb, and then he won. So sometimes when you are doing this thing, you have to humble yourself. You have to make sure that people listen. So that's what you do. Fatima, we round up. Our time is gone, Fatima. One more and we close.
Yes, sir.
Any
Let's
other
take
questions? Send it to Fatima. Then join our professional. Fatima, tell them to join alumni, and then so that they can ask questions at any time. They can even
we
call.
won't have a group. Everyone is in a group. You can just send your question to the
fantastic,
group.
Fantastic. That's good.
Yes,
Okay, Fatima, last question, then we're round.
Let's take this from Samuel. He said, how do you manage emotions, especially negative ones from fellows?
Oh, fantastic. If the emotions is coming from, there's what they call transmutation in emotion management. That's what they call the emotional intelligence, where you do transmutation. In fact, today I have a vehicle, the driver was misbehaving. I have to comport myself to keep my distance, park on the road and bring food and start eating and say we're doing tire and all those kind of things. I have to make sure that we live peacefully, there'll be no problem. So you have to do transmutation, transfer those emotions to positive attributes so that you don't mess up yourself. People want to mess you up. Don't allow them. Don't give them an inch. Don't give them any chance. You can make it. You wish you will do a lot of well. And I wish you the best. Looking forward to seeing you at the top soon. Thank you. Fatima, last one.
Last question.
Yes.
Okay.
Time is gone.
Yes, it is. But let's take one more question, sir. What's the best way to obtain feedback from the lead about leaders' effectiveness and emotional connection with fellows?
Now, sometimes we get feedback. You can send questionnaire to people to give you a frank feedback. Sometimes people, because they're afraid of you, they don't want to offend you, they will lie. Then sometimes you get people close to them. You get feedback. Sometimes you can ask the feedback should be given anonymously. Sometimes if it's anonymous, you get truthful feedback from people. Sometimes you can meet them one-on-one. You call the person or you go to the person's office as a leader. You can visit the person at home, in office or anywhere. You can even go to their place of worship and say, I've just come to see you. I want frank talk from you. Can you please tell me what you think is the good side of my leadership style? What is the bad side? How can I make it? So some people can give frank. By the time you sample opinion, you'll be able to get what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. So there are some people, they'll tell you frank talk. Madam, you are too proud, you are too pompous. Madam, but you see, I've seen how people will say, you are the best. I've seen how leaders have been deceived by followers. Say, nobody is like you in the whole world. You are the best thing to have happened since the invention of toothpick. I know, so when you see this kind of a thing, you begin to wonder, you know that they're lying. So they just want to please you. Leader, know your onions. Leader, no other leader. Very important. Thank you, Fatima. It's 7:32. We have taken more than the time. I want to appreciate you being here. We'll continue to learn together. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much, Professor Seth. It's really nice having you into this section. And without wasting any more time, everyone should please appreciate Professor Seth. If you enjoyed his lecture today, yes, I need your feedback, please. Please, let's do, please.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks so much. Wow.
Thank
Prof,
you.
everyone is thank. Everyone don't want you to leave, but
thank you very much, Madam Fatima. You are good. Yes, we always have nice time together whenever we're online. I wish you the best. Thank you very much. My best wishes. So,
yes,
carry go, okay. Everybody.
So our next speaker is Professor Edwin Igwisi, a professor in ABU Zaria. Please, can you give me a minute or so that he can be on board? Thank you, everyone. Yeah, everyone, please, we are together. Please just give us some seconds. Hello, sir. Already. Hello, everyone. Professor Edwin, are you with us? Okay, sorry, everyone. I'm not able to reach Professor Edwin. I don't know. It can be network. I'm not seeing him. But for now, Mrs. Francis Beke, are you with us?
Yes, yes, yes. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Mama. Please, can you take over?
All right. Um, Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed participants. I can see Professor Seth is still around. Good evening, sir. It's always a pleasure to listen to you. And I want to especially thank everyone who is here this evening. Please, can you hear me? Put in the chat box, yes, yes, yes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I will just temporarily put on my video so at least you can see my face. Thereafter, I will put it off because of network issues. So here I am this evening. Good evening once again. I'm particularly delighted to be part of this discussion this evening. Like I said, let me put off this video so that my network will be more stable. Yeah, the discussion this night is on leadership. And like Professor Seth has actually set the pace, we were talking about leadership. And just as a reminder, when we talk about leadership, we don't look at gender, we don't look at physique, we don't look at your color, we don't look at your tribe. But one interesting thing that we notice is that when it comes to female leadership, we tend to notice some slight changes here and there. If you check, the roles of a leader will be to lead people, like the Professor said, if you're leading and nobody is following you, it shows that you're on your own. And another interesting thing is that when you are leading and you have active followers, your work tends to seem very, very easy, simple, easygoing, and you continue. But when you're not being followed by people who are cooperating with you, then it means you have some challenges to take care of. But for women leaders, particularly, most times we talk about equality, we talk about how do we overcome gender biases in the place of work, how do you achieve work-life balance, managing your personal affairs and professional responsibilities, and how do you find networking opportunities that will help you break into the male-dominated networks. And of course, you also will want to talk about imposter syndromes, which comes as a result of overcoming self-doubt and confidence in gaps. So, but there's another aspect that I want to talk about, is about a transformational leadership in women, how we inspire and empower others, especially when it comes to mentorship and sponsorship. You find out that the male counterparts are good at this, but somehow women have not yet come to realize the importance of bringing someone coming after them. In other words, mentorship and sponsorship becomes a mirage, becomes somehow missing, because most times you find out that the female leader is occupied with challenges, and they tend to lose sight of younger people, especially other women coming below them, after them. Sometimes this is deliberate. At another time, it is a conscious effort to ensure that that woman leader stays on top of every other younger person coming, in such a way that when they see you aspiring to become like them, they tend to put barriers to stop you from climbing. That is done probably because they have not realized the benefit of having other women coming after them. So that is actually one of the things that continues to miss and we continue to miss it. You know, sometimes we ask ourselves, some people will ask you, do you have a female mentor? You will not be surprised to hear the answer, no. And sometimes you also hear some people tell you, I would rather have a male mentor than a female mentor. And that is where they will tell us that women are their own enemies. Because you are afraid of your position, because you don't want someone to come and interfere with the things that you enjoy in that position, and you tend to lose sight of what you do to bring women up. So, but luckily for us in this era, in this generation, we're beginning to see some women who are there and offering sponsorship, offering help to help younger women to break that glass ceiling. You know, if you work with such people, you find them very, very, in fact, they have the attitude of a mother. In other words, they see the younger ones as their children, their daughters, and they treat them as such. And they do everything possible to ensure that they bring them up. And in most cases, those that they are bringing them up, those that are bringing such younger people up, tend to benefit a lot in the sense that even after retirement, and you have climbed up to a level, and if there's any appointment position opportunity, that young person that was assisted by that older person, older woman, will find it very, very easy to nominate her for such positions. And that is why sometimes you see very old women being appointed into very high positions. Is because of the people that they had helped in the past. So what are we talking about? We cannot keep talking about diversity and inclusion without recognizing that we need someone to bring up, without recognizing the need to allow our younger managers, officers, workers to climb the ladder, and you give them that helping hand. Because when they get there, they may not forget you very quickly. But there are people, sincerely speaking, I have met them that think completely otherwise. They want to let you know you are a little rat. What is it that you, especially when that younger person is more experienced or is more exposed than the older person, you hear things like, no, this is the way we do it. So they are not acceptable to innovations. They are not acceptable to new knowledge. In fact, they will stifle you to the point that you walk out on that work out of frustration. However, things are beginning to change. And we're beginning to see a lot of changes, paradigm shifts here and there, where women have network facilities right now, where they do nothing but coach young girls, young women into positions of honor, not necessarily putting them down, not necessarily fighting them, but giving them that helping hand, giving them that ladder to climb up, such that when you get there, you become who you want to become, and you do that job and be proud that you did that job. However, again, I must I must mention that there are the younger ones that are so arrogant, very, very arrogant, and they might rather see you as a barricade, an inhibition, and from the moment they sight you, you have a problem with them. So I will not take much of your time. I just want to encourage all of us, especially the women that are here, two things. If you're already a leader, please offer help, a climbing ladder to those who are coming. And if you're a younger person, always look for a role model that will help you climb up. And if you don't be dismayed. Remain focused, perform your duties, carry out your functions. You will be identified one day. Somewhere, somehow, somebody will be able to identify you. And if you're good at what you're doing, I mean, it is said a good thing does not, you cannot light a candle and put it under the bed. No. If you're good at what you're doing, you will always be identified at the right time. So put in your best, ensure that you do your job well, contribute to productivity, contribute to profitability. Make sure you are in tune with what the organization is doing, and you will not be forgotten. No one will forget you if you're doing what is right. Don't think because you're a lady, you go to the office and begin feminism things. No. Those organizations are set up for profit making. And for goodness sake, if you're not there to contribute to that profit making, I don't know what you will want to benefit from. So I will not bore you. We're talking about leadership, and I just want to say leadership is for both women and for male. Don't bring your female things from the house to the office. You quarrel with your husband, you take it to the office. Your baby is not, no. Keep home things at home, and come to the office to work. At the end of the day, you close quietly and go back and face the issues in the house. It is important because not when you bring in female issues and you bring it forward, and at the end of the day, there's something to be shared or to refer to, and you come to claim equality with a man. No. He who goes to equity must go with clean hands. Keep your homely things. Keep your things at home. Keep the aggression. Keep everything at home. Come to the office to work, and you will progress and rise with every other person in that organization. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you have any question. I will open the mic now. You can raise up your hand. Let's use the remaining part of this time to attend to your questions. I can see so many comments already, gender issues, everything. We will address them. Luckily, Professor Seth is still around. I'm sure you will be able to bail me out. Thank you very much, everyone. Fatih, are you there? I'm done. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Ma, thank you. Please, if you have any question, can you type it on the chat bar? Thank you. Ma, please, you can pick it up from there.
Okay, no problem. Taiwo, Taiwo Tokuloju. Oh. Philemon Ajaka, please unmute yourself and can't see you. I can't see you. Taiwo, unmute yourself.
Okay, ma. Thank you, madam. My question is very simple, and it goes thus. What can the leader do when the lead wants to take the position of the leader? Can you hear me, ma?
Yes, we can hear you. Please.
Yes, I can hear you. When the lead wants to take over from the
leader. Yes.
When the lead wants to take over.
Wants to take the position of the leader.
Yeah, On what grounds will that happen?
For example, maybe the lead believes that he was there, he was in that office before the leader, before somebody came in and was appointed as a leader.
Yeah, what I see there is because you are older in the organization does not make you a leader. If you are there and the organization deemed it fit while you were there to bring a leader on you, it means you are not doing well. That's from my own understanding. But if, however, a leader has been so docile and did not do anything, no improvement in your productivity, no improvement in your skill, no improvement in your educational qualification, you don't attend courses, and you have a smart guy who is under you, who on his own is aggressive to learning, brings in new things, and that's the only way that I can expect that that person will want to topple the leader. If that leader is not there for just being a leader, you are there to lead people. What you should do if you're a leader and you find yourself in that position is to make that guy come close to you with those lot of ideas, and you encourage him or her to share those ideas, and you look at them, evaluate them, and take the best ones, and you run. You will probably do better if you take ideas from him or her than you neglect and say, he's a little boy, he's a little rat down there, because you have not improved yourself. So I think that's the only way where the lead, when it is obvious to him or her, will aspire to take over from the leader. The leader may be a weak person, but there may not be justification for the lead to want to take over, except with superior knowledge, superior skills. I hope tried to answer this your question. It's a bit tricky. Thank you. You can put down your hands now. Jude Isong. Jude, please unmute yourself and talk to us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, ma, for that nice lecture. So, my question is this. Why is it that most times women in leadership positions, I know you talked about it, but as much as that, they always feel that they are the victim whenever it comes to disagreements during executive meetings or management meetings. They will always start that pain in their mind and start antagonizing their fellow workers just because they have maybe their views or points were not agreed to. Why is it always like that? Thank you.
Honestly, I did not get that question. Jude Isong, I did not get your question. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I didn't get his question. I didn't get that question. Maybe we'll leave it and go to someone else. I'm looking for a lady here. I'm looking for any lady here. No, but no lady yet. Some people have no name, so I don't know whether you're a lady or a man. Anyway, we'll go ahead. Infinite. Wow. Okay. Ayofe Abdullahi. Ayofe Abdullahi.
Yes, ma. I'm here, ma. I'm here, ma. Good evening, ma.
Ask your question.
Yes. Thank you. So I've already tested is that can a successful leader, can a leader be successful without any financial support? Either by giving quotes, hello, sir.
Hello?
Without what?
Yeah. Hello?
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. I said,
Hello?
are you...
Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
who is this? Yes.
Hello, Prof.
Please mute your
Yes, it's
microphone,
me.
Daddy.
Yes, Prof. You
Oh.
come in when
Are
it's
we still with me?
8:03. Yes, we are with you. When it's 8:03, you come in, sir. Let's take this last question. Thank you, sir.
So, Abdullahi.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead with your question. Sorry.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, go ahead with your question.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Okay, I said that can a leader be successful without any financial support? Can a leader be successful without any financial support?
From who now?
Leader, the person that lead the people without even give the followers some amount. Okay, do this, do that. Maybe like freedom. Okay, you can do it by quote, by giving quote only without any amount that, okay, have this amount to do this or to do that. Can it be successful like that? Can he or she have the good followers without financing them?
You are sounding like you want to ask without giving them something like bribe to make them to work.
It's not like a bribe like that. It's like
why would you expect your leader who is paid salary the way you are paid to give you something to do your work? No, why would you do that?
Okay.
If
I'm
not for
referring
bribe.
to... Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm referring to the followers. The generation that we had. That for us to have followers that are really to be motivated. Without such thing, I think this thing we are going to be successful. That is my area in Osun State. The way I have the thing.
No. Everything is not money. There are ways to compensate a good follower. For example, you see a good follower who is doing well, you recommend him for trainings. It could be local, it could be outside the country. You recommend him for other positions within the organization. You can have interdepartmental transfers. You can nominate him to represent you, the leader, in some meetings outside, provided he is going to behave and represent the organization well. There are other ways to compensate followers, to motivate them to work, that are really not monetary. I don't know if Professor Seth is still around. I would want him to please help me make a comment on this. Professor Seth, are you around? Okay. If it's not there, we'll go ahead. Please note that everything is not money.
Sorry, I muted. I'm muted. I was hearing you. I'm muted.
Okay, sir.
I'm now muted.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, you are saying something.
No, the question is, can you as a leader succeed without giving money, doling money out to your subordinates or to your followers? Can you succeed? And
Of course.
And my response is,
of course.
Why would the subordinate expect me to give him money to do his work?
No. The balance is that, well, there's nothing wrong. We do that, give money to motivate people to deliver. But if you do it once, they appreciate you. If you do it a second time, it becomes expectation. And like that, it becomes demanding. So there are times people impress you when they do some work to impress, it serves as motivation. But where the person now expects that to put extra effort, you need to give him extra money, no. That's why we say availability before ability. So we don't, if you try to give them money to do what they are supposed to do, it becomes bribe. So if somebody must be bribed before you do what is expected to do or to go the extra mile, that person is not fit to be a follower. It's a liability. It's a parasite. So, well, there's nothing wrong in giving out money to motivate people, to appreciate them for going the extra mile, but we don't just give money because we want people to deliver. No, that is not what we do in leadership. We motivate people, we charge them, we tell them that if they grow, they deliver result, it helps them. If you are paid 3 naira and you do the work of 5 naira, that 2 naira will be paid someday. That is the secret of we teach people in leadership. It's not everything you said this morning, because the people, some of the people are leaders, they say, no, they don't appreciate us. What they mean is that you should be giving them extra money for the work they are doing, and you are paying them. No, it doesn't work that way. So what we are saying in leadership is that you, the follower, you that wants to be a leader, you must realize that you have to deliver value. People appreciate value. When they see the value you are delivering, motivation, when they are due for promotion, they are promoted. You don't sit on their promotion. Whatever I do to them, you give them. Of course, they will follow. You don't have to go the extra mile of bribing them. No, it doesn't work that way. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Prof. Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Francis BK. Thank you so much, Ma. Because of time, we need to move to our next speaker. And our next speaker is Professor Edwin Igwisi, Professor of ABU Zaria. Prof, are you with us?
Okay. Yes, I'm with you.
Okay.
Hello.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. So can I go on?
Yes, sir. You can.
Yeah, a lot of apology. I'm sorry. I joined earlier when my colleague was with you, but somehow I was disconnected. I was muted, and to come out of it was a big problem for me. And I'm glad to be back with you. You may already know, my name is Professor Edwin Igwisi. I'm with the Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria. I'm speaking to you now from Zaria. And I have done a couple of leadership things. I have occupied leadership positions in a couple of places over time. By the special grace of God, I was the head of the Department of Geography and Environmental Management here in ABU Zaria. At another time, I was the dean of the faculty, acting dean of the Faculty of Sciences, before it was split to Life Sciences and Physical Sciences. At another time, I was the director of the Center for Disaster Risk Management and Development Studies here in ABU Zaria, and currently I am the coordinator for climate change. And I've also done some leadership positions. I have occupied leadership positions also across the continent of Africa. There's this Peri-Peri consortium of about 13 universities across Africa. I am the Nigeria coordinator. Now, that's a little bit of, so what I want to do today is to share experience with you. I'm not going to bog you down with too much academic work. I know you would have done that already. My colleagues may have done that, and Dr. Osaze must have also given you materials. I will just share my personal experiences with you. But first of all, let me do a general rubric. We know, for example, that leadership is it's the ability to influence and guide and inspire others to work together towards achieving a common goal. That's the whole idea of leadership. You are privileged to be at the helm of affairs. You are privileged to be leading. And the whole idea, the whole purpose is for you to influence, motivate people, guide, inspire people for a common goal, for a common objective. So a true leader doesn't just give instructions. They encourage people, they support, inspire others to reach their full potential. That's what a good leader is. And we won't have the time to talk about a bad leader. That's not part of the reason why you are doing this program. Leadership is important across all sectors. It is important in every area of life, like in schools. Like I'm from the academia. It's also important in workplaces. Maybe you are in the industry, or you are in the ministry, you are in the civil service, wherever you are, or even in communities. I've done a lot of community development works for which I led a team of people to do community assessment, community implementation of programs, and so on and so forth. And it could also be even in the families. So leadership is a broad spectrum of activities. You can be in different locations. So now we also know that it is also important to know that there are different leadership styles. I'm not going to go into that. I know some of my colleagues may have done that. Dr. Saze must have also spoken to you about it. But suffice it to just mention that you have things like autocratic leaders, democratic, laissez-faire, transformational, transactional, servant, and all sorts of things. You already know that. Let me not bug you with that. But what I want to focus on now for the limited time that I have is I will just give you a few hints. I will limit to 10 points. I don't have all the time for now. About 10 points of what you might consider the characteristics of a good leader. Just 10 points, because we have kept you waiting for so long. Number one, to be a successful good leader, you must have a knowledge of the organization you are working in. It is key. It's very important. That knowledge is very important. For example, now let me use myself as an example. For example, now, like I said, I'm a professor in university. I teach environmental management. And maybe I have a friend in politics that now say, okay, he wants to do me a favor and makes me the governor of Central Bank. I will not say I will not take the job of governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, but I will not do well there, because I don't really know anything about that. It's not that I can't read up some of those things, but you will find that there are some junior officers that know more than me, and they might make the whole place ungovernable for me, as they say. So you must have a good knowledge. You must be knowledgeable of that environment you are in. It is very important. So if you are posted to a new environment and you are given leadership position, it's good for you to read up. Call people to inform you, to guide you, to teach you. Because to be a leader, you must know everything in that community. It's very important. Without that knowledge, you can't go far. You can't go far. I have been very successful in all my leadership positions, like I told you earlier, because I have a very good working knowledge of the environment in which I worked in. So it was very easy for me, and I was able to direct, to influence people, to make policies, implement policies, and make the place to grow. I will tell you more about it later. Number two, you have to have a vision. A vision. And be able to set goals. Good vision. And that's related to the first point, which is the knowledge. What is vision? Vision is you are at this point today. You should, as a leader, be able to guide that organization to where they should be in the next 3 years, in the next 4 years, in the next 5 years. That is leadership. You have to carry the people to say, okay, we are going to be here, so. We are going to achieve this in the next 5 years. That is the vision. You have that vision. Like, for example, when I was the head of the Department of Geography and Environmental Management in ABUs, I got to a point and I discovered that, look, what the industry needed in environmental management were people who were specialists. So I introduced some new programs at the master's level, at the PG levels. I introduced masters in environmental management. I had introduced masters in geographic information system, GIS, and a couple of other programs that I introduced, because I knew that was many years ago when I was head of department. I'm no more head of department, and I knew that the industry was going that direction, and I was able to sell the idea to my colleagues, and we're able to run along. And today, when I look back, I say it was a good thing I did it, because that is what the industry needs now. That's what people are looking at. This issue of like climate change. We also set up the climate change. Like I said earlier when I introduced myself, I am the coordinator of climate change program in ABUs. You know, so you must have that vision. You shouldn't allow people to drive the process. You are the leader. That's the meaning of leadership. You should be able to drive the process. Tell people here, we are going to so place, come along with me. That is vision. Goal setting, you have to set your goals. And number 3, you have to have a work plan. As a leader, there must be a work plan. Your work plan could be a short term, it could be middle term, and it could be long term. Short term, maybe for a year. Middle term, 2 years, 3 years. Long term, 5 years, and so on and so forth. You must have plan. Without plan, you will just be working in cycle. You won't make progress. It is the plan that takes you to achieve. These are goals you have set. You have set something for you, for yourself, and for the organization. And that's the purpose of doing a plan. And when you do a plan, I must tell you, based on my own experience, when I do a plan, anytime I did a plan, and at the end of the year, when I write my annual report, when I look back, I see a lot of achievements that I've been able to achieve because I work according to plan. So whether you're in a business environment, or you are in a civil service, or you are in the industry, you should have a plan. Without a plan, you can't achieve anything, because the plan, what does the plan look like? A plan is just like a table. You have activities or programs. You have timelines when I should achieve them. You have resources for achieving those things. You have expected outcomes. That's what a plan is. It's not 24 pages, no, just a table, a single page table. It's a work plan. And at the end of the times you set for yourself, you look back and say, yes, I've been able to achieve this. I have not been able to achieve this and this and that. Why? Then you build it into the next year's plan. That is how things move. Otherwise, you see that you are there for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and nothing tangible has been achieved. Number 4, communication skill. From my own experience, I have come to realize that you have to be somebody that has a listening ear. Don't arrogate to yourself that you know all. No. The fact that you are the leader does not mean you know all. You have to have a listening ear. Listen to people. There may be some aspect of the original idea that you have that may not be complete. Somebody else may contribute something that will make it even clearer. Consult with colleagues. You are the leader, fine. You are the CEO, you are everything, but you need to consult. And you also need to be able to communicate ideas to the people in the best of language they understand. You need to be able to be communicating. You have to communicate. Don't allow communication to break down. Don't allow communication gap. It is very important that you continue to communicate. In this age and era of social media, like what we do here in the university, where they call for the notice for meeting, we no longer print them in papers. In the 90s or in the 80s, you used to print papers and put in people's pigeonholes. But these days, you just send WhatsApp. Everybody's on WhatsApp group. So as simple as that, you can communicate with your colleague. This is what you want to do. How do you see it? Call for regular meetings. That's communication, regular meetings. There is no way you can be a leader in an establishment, in an organization, and for a whole year, you didn't call a meeting. No, that is not good. You're not communicating. And for every meeting, there should be minutes of meeting. And you start the next meeting with reading that minutes. Let's know how far we've gone. Let's know the matters arising. And let's know what we said we were going to achieve last time. And have we achieved those things? And that is communication. It's key in a successful leadership position. Number 5, you have to be a man of integrity. Integrity is very important because this is what is going to earn you respect. You should be, like they say, you have to be above board. You shouldn't be somebody of questionable character. You know, it shouldn't be somebody they will see, we saw you in some obscure corner with some obscure people. You know, people who are not supposed to, you know, that kind of thing. I don't want to mention names of places and things like that because I don't believe in some of these things. So, but you have to, your internet connection is unstable. Hello, are you still hearing me? Can we still hear me?
Yes, we are with you. Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, thank you. So integrity is very important because that brings trust. Like I said, you have to be a man of integrity. You have to be a honest person. You have to be transparent. And one of the things I did also when I was in these positions was that issue of money can be a delicate problem. In the university periodically send money to departments, to faculties, to centers to run their affairs. I always made a point of duty to report my finances at every meeting. And so at the next meeting, there is always a minute. That minute, the first item that I produce is the financial position of the center or the department or the faculty. Because I have nothing to hide, because I try as much as possible to let people know where we are. So for you to be a successful leader, don't try to play with organization money. It's very important to, when they see you are somebody that tried to tamper with their money and you are covering it up, you are gone. Your integrity is gone. The junior officer can stand up in the public and talk to you anyhow because you don't see you as anybody that's responsible. So it's very important. Be transparent. Be transparent in everything you do. Transparent. That's what helped us to be successful in everything we did over here in those positions I was engaged in. Number 6, you have to be courageous as a leader. You have to have confidence in yourself. Confidence. You have to be courageous. There are some things that when you propose it to the rest of the people, they will say, Kai, this thing is it's not going to work. It can't work. But if you have confidence in yourself, you have courage, you know that it will work. This is a public place. I don't want to go into some of these things, my experiences here in the university. But there were times when I proposed some ideas, some new ideas, and some people say, Kai, this thing is not workable. We don't have staff, we don't have the money, we don't have the financial resources, we don't have equipment, we can't do it. I said, no, we can do it. Came up with my work plan, came up with business ideas, sources of financing, and and eventually say, yes, it will work. Courage is very important. You have to be very courageous and confident of yourself. Now, in the academics, it's a little bit difficult. I don't know. I don't really have experience working outside of the university, like in the civil service or in the industry. But here in the university, things are a little bit rigorous. You can't develop and try to run a new program without passing through what they call due process. First, you have to present that at the departmental level. It has to be approved. You go to the faculty level, it has to be approved. Then you go to the postgraduate school, PG school, it has to be approved. Then you go to academic planning. If it's approved, then it goes to Senate. If it's approved in the Senate, then they now send it to National University Commission for resource verification. It's a little bit rigorous. So some of your colleagues may want to discourage this. You don't have the resources to go that far. Supposing it's rejected halfway, this and that. No, you need to exhibit that confidence in yourself. Be courageous. You may have similar examples in the industry, but I don't have experience from industries and other workplaces. Number 7, you have to have empathy as a leader. As a successful leader, you need to have the welfare of your colleagues at your heart. The welfare of colleagues. Many leaders have failed. Many leaders failed in the past because they tamper with the welfare of their colleagues. I will not mention names here because this is a public gathering. If you know what is due to your colleagues, give it to them. Don't deny your colleagues, your junior colleagues, their entitlements. If it's a travel allowance, give them. If it's a duty allowance, give them. If it's what do you call this thing now? When you stay a little bit longer at your place of work and you are entitled to something of overnight allowance or so, give it to them. Hello, are you still with me? Are you still with me? Are we still together?
Yes,
Yeah.
Prof. Yes, Prof.
Yes. I will soon round up. I'm on 0.7 now, which I call empathy. The welfare of your colleagues. That will make you a successful leader. Any leader that denies his subject, his colleagues, their welfare, what is due to them, that person will fail. And the whole organization will come crashing down. That we see that's when you see people carrying placard, demonstrating, we not go agree, as they say in Nigeria. I know that a lot of our colleagues in other parts of the world are here. When there is a protest, popular revolt against a leader because you tamper with their welfare. So show empathy. Any of your colleagues that have a need, listen and attend to it. Rejoice with those who are rejoicing and mourn with those who are mourning. Don't be one kind mechanical robotic machine as if you are a machine. Be a human being. We are all human beings. That's 7. Number 8, exhibit humility. Humility is very important. Don't be arrogant. The fact that you are a leader, like in my case, when I became head of the department, I was not a professor at that time, but somewhere along the line became a professor. Because of course, when I became a dean of the faculty, I was a professor. The fact that you're a professor doesn't make you more important than an assistant lecturer, no, or a graduate assistant. Respect people. Don't be proud. In all organizations we find ourselves, you might be the CEO, you might be a director, you might be assistant director, deputy director, a foreman, a supervisor. Don't look down on the people. Be humble. It is that humility that will bring respect and honor to you, not your pride and arrogance. You have to come down from your high horse, as they say. It's a metaphor. Come down from that high horse, come down to their level and interact with people. You might be a leader today, you may not be a leader tomorrow. Supposing you're a leader yesterday and today you are not a leader, how will you feel among all these people that you have more or less looked down on? It's very important. Number 9, motivational. You have to be a motivational leader. What does that mean? That simply means that help the other people to also grow. Show them that you have confidence in them. Approve training for them. Let them go for training also. You have everything, fine. Let them also go for small trainings here and there. Pay for it from the organization. justify it, make a justification for them that look, oh, this group of people, they need this training to be able to perform more effectively in this organization. Approve it for them. But if you are not the final person that approves, there's somebody else that approves, recommend them. Let them go. Motivational, make them grow. It's not only you that will grow. If only you has the knowledge, only you is everything, the organization will not go well. Okay? And lastly, decisiveness. Decisiveness. You have to be decisive. What does that mean? That means that in terms of promotion, let your spade be a spade. Somebody that's qualified for promotion, let him or her, let the person have the promotion. Those who are not due, tell them you are not due for promotion. Those who are employable, employ them. I know there's this issue of federal character and all of that, but you have to be decisive. And issue of discipline. Anybody that has violated, there are set rules, there are regulations, there are codes of conduct in an organization. Anybody that has flouted any of these legal rules and regulations, be decisive. Apportion discipline so that everything will be in order. If you overlook one indiscipline today, tomorrow there will be no justification for you to punish somebody else who did a similar mistake. Be decisive. So with these 10 points, I want to allow you to ask some questions. So thank you so much for listening, for your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prof. Thank you, sir. We really enjoyed your lecture. Please, if you have a question, you can drop it on the chat. I will pick it from there.
Am I supposed to be reading the chat?
Okay. Any question, please make your question straight forward. So any question? Prof, you can check the chat bar.
Yeah, I can see yeah.
Question.
Telom Rijam. Yes. Please talk. Pious.
Okay, the thing is, they're actually muted. Let's pick the ones on the chat bar. Cletus Okon, he asked the question. Okay. Can you hear me, Prof?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you.
He said, how do we deal with the challenges or integrity among Nigeria's political leaders?
Okay. The integrity among Nigerian political leaders is a little bit difficult to handle because they constitute themselves to be untouchable. That's the problem that we have. If anyone has integrity issue of corruption and embezzlement and all of that, how do you prosecute such a person? It's rather unfortunate. Although there are institutions established by the government for checkmating some of this, like the EFCC. You also have these a related organization where you can report this matter to. But how effective would the EFCC prosecute a senator or a local government chairman? That's the issue that we have, you know, of the Public Complaint Commission and things like that. You know, so that's the problem. The challenges are there. It's unfortunate that in spite of the preaching, the National Orientation Agency of Nigeria, for example, has been talking to people how to live, you know, a good life, a life of integrity. But how many people are listening to that? That's the problem that we have at that level. I'm not sure we're able to deal with such issues. Thank you. How do we manage a leader? Okay. How can the issue of sentiments based on tribe? What do you, this thing is moving too fast for me. Hello? Oh, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, Prof, can you please, can we take more questions?
Yes.
The network has thrown Fatima out, so I'm going to stand in for her right now.
Oh, she has problem with her network?
Yeah, she's been thrown off, yes. So there's an Infinix.
Yes, please go ahead.
Port to Saleh that is up.
Yeah.
Her hand, his or her hand is up. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, maybe we'll take questions from the chat box, sir.
Oh, from the chat box.
Yes.
Okay, let me see. There's one I have here.
It's a bit.
Why do leaders compromise the welfare of staff under them? That one, I think it's wickedness. That one is pure wickedness. The welfare of staff under you, it's there. And when you now deny them, it's simple wickedness. And that is why people carry placard, people do riot, they revolt, you know, they go on strike, you know, and things like that. So that's how it is. Can leadership survive without political will? Yes. Yes, you can. You can. The political will is there, quite all right. But like I said, for example, in my academics, you don't need political will. Everything is like a straight jacket. You don't bring politics. You don't mix politics, academics with politics. It won't work. It doesn't work that way. But probably it will work in maybe in the industries, in civil service, in some other places, but not in academic, not in the environment that I know of. Why do majority of our, yes, there's another question here. Why do majority of our people, oh man, that one went off. Why is Nigerian leadership not working in the midst of, oh man, this thing, the chat is moving too fast for me. How can we correct a leader that plays bias or compromise? Yeah, there are institutions established by government for checkmating all these things. Like I said, the EFCC is there, the Federal Character Commission is there, the Nigerian police is also there, the courts are there. We can actually checkmate some of these things when they go a little bit out of point. Why do leaders have favorites? That thing has gone. I don't think it's good for leaders to have favorites. If you do that, you are the one dividing the organization. You are dividing. So, which means this group of people belong to this one, then this other group of people belong to me. You are dividing the organization and it will not work. It will bring chaos to that organization. How can one be more decisive as a leader? There are big and small decisions and some with major or minor risk. Wow, that's a big question. You have to be decisive, whether big or small, whether major risk or minor risk, you have to be decisive. There are rules, there are regulations. You can't say that person didn't come to work for a week, then there are no sanctions for such behaviors. You can't say the person in the accounts stole some money and there will be no sanction. Maybe you think the risk, if you sack this person or if you discipline this person now, then there will be, people will be talking. Let them talk. There's no risk. If the law says whoever does this and that will get this sanction, so be it. Okay? How do we manage this complexity and be decisive? Just use the books. There are rule books. There are books. Disciplinary committee. Disciplinary in the university, we have the disciplinary committee. It's a committee where you report cases to. The disciplinary committees, whether you are a staff, you are a student, whatever it is. Yes, that's what they do. Question: What is the impact of negative and positive godfatherism? Godfatherism is not a good thing in an organization. Sorry. Because if you do that, you are bringing in favoritism, nepotism to that organization. As far as I am concerned, there shouldn't be godfatherism in any establishment. As a leader, you have to be father to everybody. Don't take side. How can a leader deal with spiritual aspect of leadership? Spiritual aspect of leadership. I think you just need to pray. Since it is spiritual, you pray according to your religion. Maybe you get revelation from the God that you worship. Sir, is it right for a leader to withhold the salary of a worker simply because the person resigned from the organization? No, that person should be paid up to the point the person worked. Don't deny anybody his entitlement, his or her entitlements. Don't deny.
Okay, all right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I think we have to move on now because the next speaker has been waiting and we have eaten into her time. Once again, want to sincerely thank you for this very illuminating session with you. It's been quite educative. It has also been very interesting. At least one thing that you will find out is the number of questions being asked. And without even asking them, they are sending you so much love, so much emoji. So it means to us that your session was well taken by everyone. It's been an interesting session. And I want to, on behalf of everyone, thank you very much this evening, sir. Like I always end up asking, please, when we call you next time, do not fail to answer us. Good night, sir, and have a very
good night. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.
You can send Prof as much emojis as you can, just to thank him and appreciate him. That's the much we can. Wow, that was a blast. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Doctor, you can see the kind of love being sent to you your way. Thank you so much. Yeah. Now let's quickly move on to the last speaker of the day. Yes, sir. The last speaker of the day, and that will be another female leader, a very senior leader, a professor, and I will have the pleasure and honor to invite Professor Eugenia Mbanefo. She is the founder of Gogogenia Academy. She is going to take us from now till perhaps 10 minutes after 9 o'clock. Then we'll close. You're welcome, ma. Please unmute yourself.
Thank you,
Professor.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. I don't know your name. I know Fatima. So who am I on to?
I'm Baroness Francis Bekay.
Ah, Bekay. Right.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It's nice a pleasure.
Once again. Yes, ma.
It's a pleasure, really. It's a pleasure bonding with Laplace Betaverse once again. I think I've been off the radar for almost 8 months now. So it's a big pleasure to come on board again with this wonderful family. Really, I've been introduced. My name is Eugenia Nenambanefo. I don't need to go into my introduction because I'm sure that you know me already, okay? I'm a professor of didactics and applied French linguistics. But that's not what we're going to talk about this evening. I've listened to my colleagues who spoke to you earlier on. It would seem as if the discussion has been on Nigeria majorly, but then I want to take you on a topic I branded leading in the connected economy, becoming the global navigator. I take that again. My title is Leading in the Connected Economy, Becoming the Global Navigator, because I see those of you who have keyed into Laplace Metaverse to avail yourself of the wonderful courses that have been put together. I see you as emerging global leaders, okay? So that's why I decided to talk to you from the connected economy point of view. That is seeing you as going to lead in the connected economy. That is becoming the global navigator. Right, so the modern age is defined by connection. Our world is an intricate web of digital platforms, global supply chains, and interdependent economies, often referred to as the connected economy or networked economy. For leaders in Africa, this is not just a trend, but a profound opportunity to leapfrog traditional development models. Leadership in this environment requires a fundamental shift. You must move from a command and control mindset to one that embraces complexity, collaboration, and continuous learning. The connected economy, a new leadership paradigm. The connected economy is characterized by rapid information flow, hyperconnectivity, and the breaking down of traditional geographical and institutional boundaries. This shift demands that leaders do more than just manage. It's no longer just about managing. This shift demands that leaders do more than just manage. They must connect, create culture, and inspire movements. There are key shifts for leaders. There's a shift from hierarchy to network. Leadership is no longer solely about position, but about your influence and connectivity. Decisions are distributed, and collaboration across teams, organizations, and continents is the norm. There's another shift for leaders, the shift from scarcity to abundance. The digital space offers an abundance of information, tools, and markets. The leader's task is to filter the noise and curate value for their tribe, in quotes, their tribe or community. Another shift is shifting from perfection to agility. In a rapidly changing world, the courage to fail fast and learn quicker is more valuable than rigid, slow planning. In a rapidly changing world, the courage to fail fast, that is, fail fast and then learn quicker, is more valuable than rigid, slow planning. African tech hubs, for example, thrive on this culture of rapid innovation and adaptation. Another shift for leaders is shift from control to empowerment. Connected leadership prioritizes inclusivity, transparency, and shared decision-making, empowering members to contribute their collective intelligence and expertise. Now, defining the global man or woman. To thrive in this economy, one must aspire to be a global man, global navigator, an individual who can influence positive transition and development within a complex, dynamic, and interconnected global environment. This is not just a title, but a mindset and a skill set. It means being culturally competent and digitally fluent, with the capacity to think globally and act locally. The Global Navigator strategically combines three core pillars to control outcomes and provide immense value. The first pillar is the technical skill mastery, or what we call the digital fluency. In the connected economy, to use and adapt to technology is a core leadership skill. For a continent like Africa, with its young population and burgeoning tech scene, acquiring critical technical skills is a path to direct economic leverage. You focus on high demand skills, such high demand skills like data science and analytics, the ability to collect, interpret, and use data to make informed decisions. You also have digital marketing and content creation. This is essential for building global and local brand visibility. Cybersecurity and AI/machine learning. Here, you're talking about what is something that is critical for protecting assets and driving next generation innovation. Also involved here is programming and blockchain technology. This is core to building new digital products and transparent financial systems. Here, for instance, you think of the success of the Nigerian fintech. The African context. In the African context, you know that Africa is experiencing a technological revolution from mobile money, like for instance, Kenya's M-Pesa, to a tripling of Nigeria and South Africa. Leaders must encourage and invest in STEM education and vocational technical training to close the critical skill gap. You need network leverage. Here we're talking about the social capital. A powerful network is the essential engine of the connected economy. Leadership here is about bridging gaps between cultures, industries, and geographies. Network leverage is the strategic ability to cultivate, nurture, and activate these connections for mutual benefit. There are some strategies for global networking. Now, I go into these strategies. We build diverse and global tribes. Intentionally seek out professional connections from vastly different backgrounds and culture, not just within your local community. You talk about value-driven contribution. Here, you focus on what you can offer the network first, rather than what you can take. Your reputation for competence and ethical value is your greatest social currency. I take that again. Your reputation for competence and ethical value is your greatest social currency. Very, very key and vital is your online and offline presence. Actively engage on platforms like LinkedIn, professional community forums, and global conferences, both virtual and physical. This creates visibility and an e-reputation that opens doors globally. Localized example. For African leaders, this means leveraging the African Continental Free Trade Area, AfCFTA, by building business and intellectual networks across African regions and linking these to the diaspora and global markets. Another pillar is financial independence, or the control of destiny. Financial independence for a leader is about more than personal wealth. It is the freedom to make ethical, long-term decisions that benefit the community or organization without undue external pressure. It translates directly into strategic control over outcomes. I'll talk about some strategies for financial empowerment. For instance, we talk about financial literacy, the ability to manage both personal and organizational finances, ability to budget effectively and understand investment vehicles. For example, investment vehicles like bonds, stocks, real estate, and digital assets. Another strategy for financial empowerment is sustainable enterprise building, creating business models that are profitable, resilient, and focused on creating value that retains wealth within the continent. This includes fostering entrepreneurship and innovation ecosystems. Another strategy is investment and policy influence, understanding how to secure, manage, and scale investment, local and foreign direct investment, and how to influence public policy to support economic growth, as financial knowledge equips you to participate in policy discussions. Another strategy is the African perspective. Services like mobile money have empowered millions to participate in the formal economy. Leaders must champion financial education and policies that encourage local investment, giving African businesses control over their own narratives and trajectories. Now, having gone this far, I want to give you a final charge for those of you who are aiming at becoming global navigators. The final charge I have for you is be the bridge, be the value. Ultimately, leading in a connected economy is about being a bridge. Be the bridge that connects local talent to global opportunities, that links traditional wisdom with technological innovation, and that closes the gap between ambition and outcome. Your leadership journey, ladies and gentlemen, will be defined by the value you provide, the trust you will build, and the positive change you catalyze. The call is clear. Step fully into your role as a global navigator. Use your platform, hone your skills, and leverage your networks to control your destiny and provide undeniable value in this dynamic new age. The time for hesitation is over. The time for empowered, connected leadership is now. I thank you very much for listening.
Wow, wow, wow. Can we please send lovely emojis to Prof? You know, the thing is, when you listen to, there are professors and there are professors who try as much as possible to get you the best of the best. And Professor Mbanefo has just done that. He has taken us through something that will remain with us for a while, something that we'll reflect upon in our journey to become good leaders, something that will depend on in our journey to become global leaders. She has encouraged us to tighten our belt. In fact, she has reminded us that there's a paradigm shift. Things are no longer as they used to be before because technology has come in. And so what do? We all need to embrace technology. And that is one thing I'm sure that LaPlage promises everyone. And indeed, that is why this program, you are getting it free of charge, because we want to empower as many people as possible to be able to play in the global arena. And there's no other way you can do that than to be informed, than to be educated, than to take the knowledge and to use it in a way and manner that it will be beneficial to you as an individual, to your family members, to your colleagues at work, co-colleagues, to indeed anybody that crosses paths with you, and ultimately to Nigeria and to the whole world. So, ladies and gentlemen, has been an interesting session, very educative, delivered by a Professor Emeritus. Now it is your turn. I know that with the hands up and so on, more hands will be up, but let us just pick one or two to ask our questions to Prof, and we will call it a day. Today is Sunday. We will certainly be back to work tomorrow. So how do we do it? Prof, can you please check the chat box? There are so many questions there, and see if there are ones that you can pick, and then we'll pick about 2 or 3 from the platform and we'll call it a day. Yes, ma'am. The questions on the chat box.
I'm going through,
yeah.
And I'm seeing appreciation. I'm seeing these people say they want to connect with Eugenia Mbanefo. Others are saying, God bless you. Others are saying, how can I connect with you? I want to be your mentee. That is the kind of
they will have to come through La Plage, please.
Yes, I'm trying to see whether I can see any question. May I request that this presentation be sent to us in the group? Please help us. Please, man, how do can we have the lecture note hard copy? I want to have the hard copy. This program is great. We pray that God help us to pray that God. It's more of appreciation, really. We'll be happy to have it. Thank you, ma'am. May God continue to keep you alive, to keep informing. Prof, it would be good to have the written version of your lecture. Fine, I'll make that available to La Plage. Thank you, Mom. God bless you abundantly. Who is this? Dr. Mrs. Vivian Ozekwe. May I connect with you, Madam? Of course, through La Plage Metaverse. I'm sure you can connect with me through La Plage. Thanks for you. Thank you, ma'am. I pray we have more of this. Thank you so much. Thanks for this training. God bless you, Prof. How can I connect with you? I'm at your disposal. How can I connect? Awesome presentation. May God bless Prof. God bless you, ma, and thank you so much. Thank you, Prof, with emojis all over. Please.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Let's just take a few questions from the platform, and we start with Celestine Lake. Celestine, unmute yourself and ask your question. Is that there? Unmute yourself and ask your question, Celestine. Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Go ahead, Celestine. Go ahead, please.
Wow.
Okay, Henrietta Empress. Henrietta Empress.
Good evening. Can you hear me? Sorry, I was trying to unmute. Good evening.
Yeah, who is this? Is that Henrietta?
Yeah, this is Henrietta Empress.
Okay, go ahead with your question.
Thank you very much, Professor, for the lecture. Yeah, thank you so much. So you talk about cultural influence, and it's going to be 2 questions in one. So my question goes thus: for like you the female, that's for female leadership now, for female leaders. I have this challenge where you are taking the question now, you talk about it earlier in your training also, where you have some person's gender issues and they ask you to get to a particular place, cultural differences in that particular place, they believe oh, guys are the ones in charge here. So what do you do? I've applied some things that works, but I just want to get more help on what to do, where you get to a place and you are being given this treatment like you are a lady. They might not tell you directly, but the action shows that you are a lady. You can't tell us what to do. Yeah, I have a wife like you at home. I have a daughter like you at home and all of that. Fine, I've done a lot of things that work, but I just want to get, and this has to do with culture, not like this is the culture there. Like here, it is men that rule. Like we know some part of Nigeria where it is a man world. So what do you do in that state? Aside what I know, I just want to add.
Okay, you asked them. Thank you for your question. But really, in education, actually, we like students go to exams. All right, you go to exam. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, ma.
Yes, you go to exam. The questions are there. You don't answer off point. Okay, I'm well aware that somebody lectured you on that particular angle, and I felt it was more or less focusing on Nigeria and the Nigerian factor. And if you listened very well to my presentation, I said I preferred, because of the times we are living in a global village. And I took my own, I decided to address this august body from the perspective of a globalized economy and a connected economy. So in this connected economy, I gave you what you should look out for becoming the global navigator. And I'm sure you know Dr. Okonjo-Iweala. Do you know Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala?
Yes, ma, I do, ma.
Hello?
Yes, ma, I do, ma.
Is it written anywhere that she's been relegated to the background because of the fact that she's a female?
No.
There you are. So I'm talking from the perspective of a connected economy, and I'm talking to somebody who aims at becoming a global navigator. Are you aiming to be a global navigator? If you are
yes,
aiming at becoming a global navigator, which I think you are actually aiming at, because otherwise you wouldn't be in Laplace Metaverse. Laplace Metaverse, Africa's #1 synchronous learning platform. Okay, to address you from this perspective, knowing fully well that there are
it's like the network.
Hello, can you hear me?
You're actually breaking.
The network.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
You can hear me. Okay, maybe a call was coming and I interrupted the flow. So did you hear what I said before now? I said that.
Yes, ma'am.
You hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I can, ma'am.
Hello. Are you comfortable with with how I started answering your question? Are you comfortable?
Yes, ma'am.
You are comfortable. So let me make that clear again in case I was misunderstood. I'm saying that my topic, you should ask me questions based on my topic. Okay? The topic I chose, and intentionally for that matter, is because I realized that on this call, there are many people drawn from all over Africa. And it's not just a Nigerian audience alone. So I address you from the international perspective, knowing fully well that we are operating in a global village characterized by a connected economy. And in that connected economy, it doesn't matter who you are, whether you are a man or whether you are a woman.
Thank you so much, Prof. Thank you so much, Prof. I think the question was actually directed at my presentation. Let me now try to answer her, try to give her some kind of answer. Now, when you work in an environment and you are in the midst of males, what you should do is to recognize, like you said, is a cultural thing. That's number one. You must recognize it's their culture. That makes you, puts you on edge at all times to live above the board. You're not going to go there and bring up feminine issues. You are going to bring yourself a lot lower down, and they will make you, like a puppet. So you're going to be working extra hard to prove that you equally can exist amongst them. Have you seen a family where you have more male children than females? If you have 5 boys and a girl, chances are that that girl will behave more like a male than female, because she will be cultured into behaving as a man, as a male child. And that's what happens when you get into an environment that is male dominated. You will practically want to behave like a male, not misbehaving, but you have the strength, you have the energy to move along with them. Otherwise, you'll be left behind. Otherwise, they will turn you into a house help. When they need tea, coffee, they'll ask you to go and boil water. When they need something like food, you'll be the one to be told to go and make warm food or buy food for them. But if you recognize that you are in that kind of environment, you'll be extra vigilant. That's my take on that. Now, may I ask you to tell us what strategy you adopted?
Hello, can I still come in there?
Okay, Ma. Yes, please.
All right. So I'll answer. You can hear me. I'll answer from a personal experience. Okay. I lectured in the Nigeria French language village Badagry for more than 22 years. I was a pioneer lecturer there. I started there in 1992 when we admitted the first crop of students from the 300 level. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes. So in that environment, the first lecturers that were pioneers to start teaching in the Nigeria French village, we were 10 of us. Okay. And out of the 10 lecturers, I was the only female lecturer. Hello?
Yes, ma, I can hear you, ma.
Yes.
Their microphones are muted, but we can hear you, ma. Go ahead.
Okay. What I'm saying is that I'm answering the question from a personal experience. A personal experience which I lived in the French village as a lecturer. That we were pioneer staff. 10 of us were pioneers, recruited to start teaching there in 1992. Okay? And 10 of us, the ratio was 1:9. I was the only female lecturer, and my colleagues were 9 of them. They were males. Okay? But then I was who I was. Okay? And I commanded respect. I'm not flattering myself. Okay? And I was the only female lecturer there for 10 good years before any other female lecturer was employed. So what do you make of that? What do you make of that? And I was a role model to many. I was strict. They regarded me as Margaret Thatcher. I was strict. The students found me strict, but most of them came back to thank me. Among those students there, Some of them are lecturers. Some of them are professors, okay? And they keep telling me how they appreciate what they are today is because of what they got from me. Okay, so it depends on what you know and how you carry yourself. You must know your onions and you must stand your grounds. That's just what I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. So, Henrietta, please tell us what you did, because you said a few things you have done.
Okay.
To help. So let
Yes,
us share
thank you
your
so much.
experience.
Yes, ma'am. So can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So what I did first, like you said, I got from you. What I did first was I make sure that the thing of gender is not there, because this is work environment. So I make it look like it's our responsibility. There is no me. You are not working for me. I am not your boss. We are team. You work with me. So though some still like, oh, it's a lie, there's still something she wants to do. This one just to like, get our attention. So another thing I did was, like, instead of me trying to come to solve the problem, even though I have answers to most of the challenges, I give them responsibility. I make them feel responsible. Even though I'm the one leading, I give them the understanding that for you to become a successful leader, you have to create more leaders. So we are here to build more leaders in the process of the challenges. Like Professor also said, you have to be firm. I was also firm, in the sense that I make you understand that as much as I want to come down to your level, I will not be trampled on. There are principles that will be followed. So if you do the wrong thing, like the other professor said in the university, I can't remember now. If you do the wrong thing, there are punishment. There's principles that are on ground. We can't say, oh, because you are this, so let's overlook. Because if you overlook a particular thing, let it go. Somebody there, you won't have the justification to treat another person so next time. So what I did is, first of all, I did what they call team player. I work with them. I give them the mindset that they are working with me. If we fail together. If we succeed together. If I fail, you all fail. And if you succeed, we all succeed. So it's about we. So, but what I'm asking is, in the perspective of this, we had good results, but we will still have one or two persons who we like, no matter what you do, this is just this person. A mindset that you can't change. Though in the long run, like Madam said, in the long run, they can see you like earlier on, they can see you like Margaret Thatcher and all of that. But in the long run, some of them still send you message and say, oh, thank you for being firm with me. Thank you for being what you were, and thank you for making me. I didn't see it then, but now I can see. Maybe they got another job and similar thing happened, and they got to see that, oh, I was really helping them. So these are the experiences, and these were the things I applied. I just wanted to learn more. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. Somebody in the chat box said, that's Chrome. That's Chrome method. Empower them to self-organize. They feel more responsible and accountable. I think that does it. I remember earlier on, Professor Seth gave us a list of some books to read. Eat That Frog by Brent Tracy. Emotional Intelligence, a few of them, I can't remember all now, but those are very useful books. If you can lay your hands on them, you can read them. Of course, you know that you can go online and download them free of charge, the PDF version. If you want, I can leave a link for you to be able to do that. So on this note, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed participants, once again, it's my pleasure to say very big thank you to our mommy, Miss Professor Mbanefo. I mean, she delivered her speech effortlessly, like a professor that she is, not only professor emeritus, and we are very, very glad to have invited her. We did not make any mistake. We're always proud to listen to her because of the wealth of her knowledge and what she has been able to accomplish. We sincerely thank you, Ma, for spending your time on a Sunday evening that you should be relaxing. Thank you so much. May God bless you and continue to give you more knowledge to impart on others. We all, I'm sure, aspire to be like you. God willing, you will guide us, all right? Mentor us, all right? So it becomes a lot sweeter. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we want to call it a day. Our time has been fast spent. If you have more questions, more comments, anything, please reach out on number one, your class. Number two, Fatima is around. I'm also available to take your questions or to escalate your questions to the appropriate quarters where they can be taken care of. Thank you once again, and God bless you. Please return to your class. You'll be given further instructions on what to do. If you have not created your dashboard, please create your dashboard, because without your dashboard, you will not get certificates. We have passed the era of issuing you certificates. You will generate your certificate by yourself. And the only way you can do that is to have a dashboard. So it is important, go back to your WhatsApp group, create your dashboard. And the next thing, you will get a set of instructions on how to navigate the dashboard, on how to process your certificate. And for those of you who joined late, if you're able to establish your dashboard, you will also be able to go through the materials, review the materials. I'm sure you're going to take a very short test, and you're expected to pass, score a minimum of 60%. And once you do that, you will have your certificate downloaded. If you are on the site, please follow the instructions the way they are given. If they are not coming, just hold on a little while. Know that sometimes the network delays response. So if you keep punching and clicking and so on, it disrupts the flow of response. So if you're on the site, please be patient. You will find out that sometimes it could be delayed, sometimes it could be faster. Please be patient and follow the instructions. At the end of the day, you'll be happy you did. So on that note, thank you very much, and God bless all of you. Have a very lovely, pleasant night rest, and let's meet tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Good night, Professor Mbanefo. We are very, very glad you came. Thank you so much, ma'am. Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone.
Good night, ma. Good night.
Good night. You can unmute yourself if you want to. Good night, everyone. You can unmute yourself.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you so much, ma. Good night, ma.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Night.
Thank you so much for the class.
God
It was
bless
very
you.
fun.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Wonderful session.
Thank
Been a wonderful
you.
time.
Yes,
Tomorrow, everyone. Bye.
See you tomorrow.
Good night.
Night.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Thank you.
We are grateful. Bye bye. Good night, everyone. God bless us all. Bye bye.
Bless you.
Good night.
Good night.
Very
Thank you.
appreciate
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
The great
Good
impact.
night. Good night. Good night, everybody. Love the lecture.
We need to build. We need to build the network.
Bye bye.
We need to build the network ourselves. Bye bye.
Good night. Good night. Good night. Don't let sleep.
Bye.